Hello class, my name is Reed Williams, and for this week's video I'm going to be going over our lectures, what we learned, what I found interesting, what I found surprising, and then I'm going to choose a natural resource and I'm going to go into more depth about it. I'm going to talk about what it is, where it can be found, all of that. So yeah. So going over things I thought was surprising or interesting is the amount of elements that are in our phones, right? So there's 85,000 kilograms of gold, 875,000 kilograms of silver, and 40 million kilograms of copper in all the newest phones in the world. That makes up a lot of our natural resources. And to think that these natural resources are limited in capacity, there's not an infinite amount. So we're using up our own Earth's natural resources. We're digging it up from the environment, and that's causing it's bad for the environment to do that as well. It is open pit mining destroys huge swaths of natural habitats and causes air and water pollution, threatening the health of nearby people. Right? So I think that's crazy, is that we're hurting our environment and we're hurting our people from mining these elements, and to think we don't have a safe alternative to this is absolutely mind-blowing to me, and it's hard to comprehend and think about. So I do think it's important to find a solution. One thing we can do to help with that is recycle our old phone. So when we get a new phone or something, to recycle it, give it away, or just don't throw it away, because it's not using a natural resource from the environment. We're just throwing that away and it's not being used no more. Yeah. So for my natural resource that I'm using, I'm going to be using phosphorus. Now, what is phosphorus? According to my notes here, phosphorus is an element. When you combine phosphorus with oxygen, that becomes phosphate. It is very beneficial for plant growth. It is very prevalent in fertilizer as well. And agriculture in the U.S. couldn't exist without these fertilizers, so we couldn't exist without phosphorus. We need it for farming. We need it to exist. So it is mined by finding these areas where there is phosphorus rock. And there is a limit to phosphate, much like oil. So it is not. It is a natural resource, and there is a finite amount in our Earth. So the way phosphorus is mined is through a process called strip mining. So what happens is heavy machinery goes through and finds these phosphorus-rich rocks. And yeah, the phosphorus is later turned phosphate, which is used for fertilizer, which farmers use to grow crops. Hence why we need it. Now, this is also a very dangerous process for Earth as well. According to the Florida video of Polk County, many people in the county do not want the phosphate mine due to the impacts on the environment and well-being. In 1997, 50 million gallons of wastewater from a phosphate fertilizer plant spilled into the Alafia River, if that's how you say it. That wastewater was so toxic, it was equivalent to, I believe, battery acid, and it killed a ton of fish and living organisms, which, yeah, so it being terrible for the environment is bad. So not a lot of people want the phosphate mining, even though we do need it to survive and live. So it's a double-edged sword, and that's just the problem with using our natural resources, is that we need it to survive, yet we are using so much of it, we are destroying our Earth at the same time. So yeah, phosphorus, we need it. Mining it is not necessarily good for the environment. We need to find alternatives, and that is my video for the week. Thank you guys for watching. I am excited to watch your guys' videos as well and to see what you guys have to say as well.